Afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining me in this video. I'm a huge fan of Fable. I played the original one, I think 28 times was the count on my original Xbox. It was the game I played when the buses weren't running. It was the game I constantly played. I don't know what it was that pulled me in so much, but I absolutely loved it, and I'm looking very much forward to the next one. Finally, only took a couple of years and some companies to crash. But the thing is, for me, I wasn't huge on two and three. I think the original one is still to date the best, and I want to see what the next publisher can do. That being said, I'm going to watch some of the trailer again with you, and let's pick apart kind of the positives and negatives and the in betweens. All right, let's check it out.
You begin the game as a child, growing up in the sleepy rural village of Briarhill. It's here that in a moment of extreme danger, your heroic powers first emerge, and we discover that you
like
are
going back
Albion's first hero in a generation. But not long afterwards, really disaster strikes, and the people of your village, including your beloved grandma, are turned to stone by a mysterious stranger. Suddenly alone in the world, you'll set off on an adventure which will change Albion forever.
Venturing out into the world is a huge moment.
I do wonder if the guild is going to be like right involved, like it did in the first, where you kind of, immediately get pulled in as a hero.
Because this is Albion like you've never seen it before. Idyllic rolling hills.
This does look awesome.
Magical forests. Bustling villages. Sleepy hamlets. Oversized vegetable patches. And stunning vistas. And because our Albion is truly open world, for the first time, you'll be able to explore this rich and detailed world seamlessly, with the freedom to go where you want from early in the game.
We can't wait to welcome you back to Albion's iconic capital city, Bowerstone. Home to Fairfax Castle, the old clock tower, and the legendary Heroes Guild.
It's a huge
I love the Heroes Guild
full of contrasts, rich and poor, nobles.
But I do wonder, like, is it going to be too based in the city and not out in the country yard? Because I think the best part was leaving the city and then going to fight monsters, or like going from one city to the next and having to take care of someone and watch out for werewolves. Like that sort like sense of adventure was my favorite part.
And commoners, royalty, and criminals. You'll spend plenty of time here during the game as you discover the secrets of the Heroes Guild and its reclusive guildmaster, Humphrey the Golden.
In the north of Albion, you'll find mountains, craggy coastlines, spooky marshes, and the bleak, windswept city of Bloodstone. Here, you'll meet the leaders of two rival gangs, vying for power, and uncover the secrets of the sinister but extremely well-organized Cult of Shadows. Our Albion is beautiful, handcrafted, and richly detailed.
I feel like in a year or two, there's going to be some AI brought up, like, oh, we actually used AI for this or AI for that, and it's going to be a shitstorm. We'll have to wait and see.
In Albion, heroes are special, different. They're stronger than regular people. They're more skillful, more charismatic. More importantly, they're those rare humans who can harness and use magic in the world around them. They have the power to do what they want.
And so do you. In our game, we want you to play as the hero you want to be. And that starts with being able to choose how your hero character looks.
So, in Fable, you'll be able to pick from a range of different character heads and customize your clothing, hair, skin tone, tattoos, and scars. So the hero you play represents you.
That in the second and third.
As well as your appearance, you can be the hero you want to be through the way you play, through the skills and abilities you learn, and through the weapons you use.
Just like the classic trilogy, heroes in our game fight with a combination of strength, skill, and will. Seamlessly blending melee and ranged weapons with magical abilities gives us style weaving.
That was another really big problem in the second and third. They were really easy. There was no difficulty level to them. They weren't very hard. You just felt overpowered the whole time.
In combat. To show off your personal playstyle against single opponents and large groups of enemies alike. Melee is at the heart of our close quarters combat.
I also hope they don't limit the
and heavy combos, often knocking enemies off balance and executing stylish finishers. Swap to your ranged weapon to bypass enemy guard and deal with troublesome flying enemies. And of course, you'll be able to unleash your powerful spells to both manipulate and devastate your opponents.
We're excited to be bringing back some fan-favorite adversaries for you to fight.
Don't get me wrong, like, it looks like fun, but it looks like it's going to be too simple.
As are Ballerines, colorful, and trolls.
And we're adding brand new enemies too, like this fearsome cockatrice, a giant fire-breathing chicken. Each enemy family is different, with their own weaknesses to exploit and defenses to overcome. But with all the unique tools in your combat toolbox, how you defeat your enemies is up to you.
I feel like they kind of had to say that they're bringing new enemies in.
There's more to being a hero in Albion than fighting. So much more. When we talk to people about their favorite memories of the original games, so many of their stories were about the stuff you can do when you weren't just being a hero. The normal, everyday stuff which happened when you interacted with the people of Albion.
For me, what I remember most vividly are the inhabitants of Albion and the things you can do with them or to them.
The crazy thing about the classic Fable
games is that in the middle of a
sprawling RPG was almost a complete other game where you could just mess around with the villages and townsfolk.
And we built that same experience in the middle of our game too. Buying a house, getting a job, making some money.
Romancing a villager, getting married, having kids.
Fancy a date?
Perfect. You can get to know me better.
Definitely worried they're going to be making this more feel like a Sims game than a Fable game.
Buying another house. Buying every house in Albion. Buying every business in Albion. Getting rich.
Marrying a bunch more people. Having a bunch more kids.
Okay, to be honest, if anyone does this, this is the most boring way to play a video game. You're going to play real estate instead of, go hunt monsters and try to make money that way. Don't get me wrong, to get items and stuff, it works, but it's kind of a boring set, in the long run.
Probably getting divorced along the way for good measure.
And this game within a game is unique to Fable. It's systemic, interconnected, and you see the ripple effects of the things you do everywhere you go.
And all of this revolves around the people who live in Albion, who we call the living population. There are more than 1,000 of them, and every single one is unique. Each of them has a name, a role, a daily routine, and their own personality. You could follow any one of them for a day.
All right, that's enough. It goes on to kind of talk about how they've made this 1,000 people, and they're super realistic. They live their regular lives. You can follow them. You can be friends with them, fight with them. They know what you're doing, even though they're not around. Like, they'll recognize stuff you've done in this small town, which I think is all cool touches. Like, I think that's entertaining, especially if you're going to be like a villain through all of the game and everyone hates you, or you're a hero and everyone loves you. Depending on which town you're in is kind of interesting. But I kind of want to jump ship from there because I know it's one of the bigger parts of the game and it is a cool feature, but I want to jump over to the moral and choices.
Original games. And morality is central to our game too, but we have a slightly different take on it.
For us, morality isn't black and white. There are lots of grey areas. And importantly, morality is subjective. No two people see things exactly the same way. And that's how it works in our game too.
Everything you do earns you a reputation.
I don't know if I care that much about this part.
And every person in Albion will have a different reaction to you as a result.
Hello there.
Yeah, we get it. You're rich.
They'll remember things you did directly to them. They'll love you or hate you for the choices you make. And they will always tell you why. Although, usually from a safe distance.
Our game will never judge you, but the people of Albion will. Loudly.
Imbecile.
Alright, I think that pretty much tells the whole story of what this game's about and how they've kind of changed it up. My key getaways here, and I know we skipped it, but it's going to be more about the characters, I guess, in the game. And yeah, it's called Fable and sports storytelling. It seems like it's going to be a lot more about your connection with the town that you may be saving or punishing. And don't get me wrong, it looks beautiful. I don't like the fact that they got rid of, and I didn't like this from 2 and 3, that your character doesn't change if you're good or bad. That was just like a key part to the original one, and I think it was something I loved to, try to turn into. You're either trying to get the halo or you were trying to get the horns. It was kind of a chasing factor of like the decisions you made and why you did it. And don't get me wrong, I guess like if this game's much bigger and bolder as I expect it to be from a game that old, you'd imagine that like every price that you pay is like worth something more. But I do miss that factor, and I really wish that they would add that to the game for maybe for choice, or maybe it was just like it wasn't relevant to what you look like to the characters. Maybe that's just how you perceive yourself. Would have been a cool factor. It's like, oh, I did something. I've been doing evil stuff, but I get that they're like, oh no, it's a gray area. Not everyone thinks it's evil, but it's like there are things that people think are going to be evil if you stab someone in the town, right? Go around stabbing people. I'm pretty sure they're going to go, that's just evil. So as I understand the gray zone about like rental prices, which I hope that's not the biggest part of this game because I feel like they talk about it a lot, even to the point where they talk about the 1,000 characters and it's still about like how you're rich in rental. I think that part might get a bit gimmicky the further you play into the game, but it is a game I'm looking forward to playing. I want it to be the best because I absolutely love the games. It's just that I feel like they've let me down since the first one. They've been okay, sometimes even great, but they've never been like incredible since the first one. And I'm really hoping that this is going to turn the tides and maybe convince me that it's gonna be a better game. But right now, what I'm seeing, and I know a lot of people are like, "Wow, like this is everything we want." It's not quite there for me. I feel like they've not shown me enough. They've shown me the 1,000 characters, and that's their big hurrah. And they've shown me the atmosphere, which looks incredible. But I think it's going to come down to the storyline, the actual gameplay, which the fighting to me looks kind of boring, looks a little too easy. So we're just going to find out as it comes out. What do you think? Do you think this is going to be the next good one? What do you think is the best one? The first, second, third? Or are you already diming for this one?